This is an automated relay of information regarding FNS Sorcerer. FNS Sorcerer is a Malediction-class battlecruiser dating from before the AI war. These vessels were intended for fast hit-and-run attacks on enemy ships and installations. Though automation systems were available to the Federal Navy at the time of Sorcerer's construction, no AI systems, strong or weak, were ever installed on the Malediction-class vessels, creating a need for a larger crew than civilian ships of similar size. Though her hull is over 2 centuries old, Sorcerer remains a powerful unit, boasting heavy point defense and a devastating armament of 6 fixed-mast drivers and a 1,000mm spinal cannon. During the AI war, standard tactical doctrine was to overload AI ship shields with the cannon and tear apart unprotected hull with the mast drivers. Originally unshielded, all Malediction-class ships were retrofitted with defense fields captured or reverse-engineered from AI warships. There are some accommodations on board, but not enough berths for all. A few vessels, Sorcerer included, had one or both of their drop pod hangar bays removed to make room for more berths, though this leaves spacesuits as the only way to abandon ship. Once prized commands, the few remaining Malediction-class ships are now usually assigned to backwaters of the Union, fringe systems where piracy and rebellion can still flare up from time to time. Current vessels in service: FNS Baba Yaga, FNS Necromancer, FNS Sorcerer, FNS Merlin, and FNS McGonagall. Hello everybody, this is Naburine from Ball&ChainGaming. I know it might be a little bit confusing as you are looking at Engineer de Trevny, but I am using my husband's computer to give the ship walkthrough today of FNS Sorcerer. My husband designed the ship. We both really loved the look of it. It was a wonderful set piece for our series, and lots of people have been interested in seeing her, so we're going to do our next walkthrough here. I hope you guys enjoy the little look that we're going to give you. Alright, so we are going to start on the starboard side of FNS Sorcerer, where the pretty nameplate is, and we're going to go in through this airlock. First of all, I want to show everybody that this is how we connect to stations or other ships. This is a merge block. So it allows us to dock and have a short sleeve environment between the two places. We don't have to worry about spacesuits or getting sucked out into the black, no connectors. That's just a merge block, so that's nice. We're gonna go in through here, and this is a very basic airlock, right? We've got the vent and the oxygen, and that's about it. It's an old ship, right? Sorcerer is a really old ship. We have 2 airlocks here, the one I just came in, and then the one that is mirrored to get out to the port side, and then we've got the brig. So in this one little welcoming area, you've got immediate access to the brig. Alright everybody. So this is the infamous brig. This is where Engineer de Trevny spent a good 2 days just hanging out in there. It's also a neat way to hide a whole bunch of stuff. So there we've got conveyors and storage blocks and everything in there. Actually, we'll show you that. Hold on. I'm inside the brig right now. You can see that we are hiding all sorts of conveyors and openings and all sorts of stuff. But that's way up at the top. There's some awesome glass that I didn't even know was there until I brought the spectator cam in here. There's me. Hi, me. So this is the interior of the brig. It's basically he's just sitting in a hole. And this is a ground down, I believe it's a catwalk block. And this is where the sentry came in and talked to our poor engineer as he sat in there for 2 days. Well, I guess after he sat in there for 2 days, and then he escaped. So once we are out of the brig and back into the main lobby, this goes into the main corridor of the ship, and you can see into a couple different areas we'll get to in a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here first. This is the crew quarter area, and I'll start with just the normal crew quarters. So you can see that they have some prime entertainment here. I hear those guys are pretty cool. So obviously this is a set piece and there would be more crew accommodations, but not too many because, as was mentioned, there isn't enough room for everybody. I guess they have to share. I don't know. Maybe they'll just take shifts. But we've got these cool little things, bunk beds that they can share. And then across the way, we get the captain's cabin. This is the captain's cabin. It is very, very large, and you might wonder why that is, especially on a military vessel, and the reason why is because this all used to be a hangar. Deadly Salvage takes place over 200 years after the AI war, so the Navy had other things to use their hangars for. After war was done, they didn't need them anymore, so might as well just make it into more quarters. So these are the windows here that she looked down and saw de Trevny's drop to break water from. Over there is where he came out of. And you've got the rest of the view here, which isn't much. You can see some of the maintenance areas. And she's got her own little coffee table and a sofa and her big luxurious bed, and she is well read, and I had to rhyme because I just did. She's got a big old closet, and then the Prodigal Sorcerer, which is a Magic the Gathering reference. You're welcome. So out from these crew areas, one more time we're going to go back up over here, but instead of getting to the main hallway, we're going to take this little door, which I already opened for you. And up this staircase is the Cryo chamber. This little area allows for up to 5 crew members to be in cryogenesis. I hear that it's really good for sleep and for medical emergencies. As you come out of that area, you can see the command station, which we are going to get to, and then you are not supposed to mind the gyroscopes hiding behind the curtain over there. Alright, back on out into the main hallway. We're gonna go up this way first, and then we'll go back the other way. So let's run on up here. First of all, we're just gonna show you this really quick. It doesn't need its own introduction. This is the Medbay. Because this is a set piece, we never expected to use the Medbay for anything other than spawning. So here, it's just the Medbay. We didn't make it any more than that because we didn't expect to use it in the series at any point, and that's actually a theme in a lot of the ships that we have built. It's, you know, as a set piece, we're not going to make it a big flashy thing in areas that we're not going to use for filming. So that's the little Medbay, and then there is the scary turret as we are heading into the command bridge. Here we are in the command bridge. This is meant only for command staff and for combat situations. You can see it's very, very small, so not a whole lot of personnel in here. This is where, as we saw in Deadly Salvage, Captain Rackham stands, and she's got her helmsman, which sits over here, and you might have a couple other people at the other consoles. But this is a CIC, a Combat Information Center, so all of the information from the rest of the ship can come straight up here to the captain, and it's centralized in the ship to offer a protected hub for commanding combat, while the rest of the crew will be down there. Coming out here back toward the medical bay, you might have noticed this big old staircase, which you could also see in Deadly Salvage, but we never went anywhere near it. So we're gonna go up here into the pilot house. Here's the beautiful, beautiful pilot house. You can see all sorts of things. This isn't even the pilot house though. This is the way to the pilot house. Right here we've got our transport tube. Let's go on up and see what we can find. Ta-da! This is the pilot house. So it's a beautiful 360-degree view depending on where you are sitting or standing. But obviously this would only be meant for non-combat situations. Since the AI war, it's been very useful because there haven't been many combat situations. But they would use it for docking and I guess sightseeing. Probably find crew members up here. I'd be up here if I were a crew member. There's a whole lot more room in here than there would be back in the command station. Alright, we're gonna run back down this staircase. Again, there's the medical bay. Over there is the command hub. We're gonna go down this staircase, back over here. And remember, over there are the crew quarters and the cryo chamber. This way. This is the tactical center of the ship. All of the other systems routed through here, up there, to the command hub. I guess it's not a very efficient setup, but she's an old ship. And lots of retrofits have been put into her. So we've got all of these command areas for various parts of the ship, and then this is the shield generator, which is again another retrofitted thing. They were not built with shields. They took them from the AI. They were able to figure it out. But yeah, all of this goes up there into where Captain Rackham would be. Okay, so from the tactical center we can go over here. This is where Detrevny disappeared to. This is, obviously, it's podless right now, but these doors were the ones that opened and he escaped through. There were 2 escape pods that we stuck in here, but this is just a hangar. So on the other side of the ship, this is where Captain Rackham, her quarters would be on the mirrored side of the ship. And through there would be the other crew quarters. But yeah, so this is what the Navy got rid of in order to make Captain's cabin more beautiful. So exiting out of this one remaining hangar bay, we're going to go back through the tactical center and into the main corridor. Turning this way will bring us back to the brig and to the airlocks. So we're going to head this way, back toward where we would go to the medbay or to the command deck, and go through the maintenance airlock. Through this area right here, it's mainly just oxygen storage, and then we're going to go through here into the maintenance catwalk. You might recognize this area as this is where Engineer Detrevny had to come running after he saved the ship. This is the maintenance airlock and catwalk. So this is a very long catwalk. Over here we've got some backup batteries because the reactors can't really take all of that railgun fire, so gotta make sure that there's some extra power. And this is all exterior, so you're gonna need your spacesuit out here. And then we've got a command control area, I guess I should say. This is for anybody who might be working exterior and needing to push buttons. We love buttons. Down there, that's the power hub, basically. The power pack, center of the ship. This is where the fuel line was. We blew this up right here, and that's where he was, and then he got stuck right over here. Thank you everybody for joining me on this little walkthrough of FNS Sorcerer. She's not a complex or fancy ship as far as the interior goes, but we think that she's a lovely design, and we're really glad that we were able to use her in some epic shots. So before we go, we just want to let you know that every Tuesday video, we're going to have charities at the end of our videos. If you have any money that you might be able to part with to help support these various charities, that would be awesome if you could contribute anything. This week we are featuring the Wounded Warrior Project. If you would like to donate, we have a link in the description of this video. Thank you again, and we will see you later. Bye for now.